Soul is on now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cheryl Burton.
And I'm Jim Rose, and welcome to another edition of Heart and Soul, the show that gives you access behind the scenes to a few hometown heroes who are doing some remarkable things.
In the next half hour, we'll meet some men and women working hard to leave their mark on society, whether it's through their time or talent.
And Cheryl, speaking of talent, our first story is loaded with tons of it, from a solo artist to a rock band. This next story will simply take your breath away.
So who are these young artists and where are they from? Well, here's Evelyn Holmes with the answers to those questions.
There's one hidden secret in Chicago, cranking out commercial hits and producing powerhouses like this young lady who's on the edge of stardom. Her voice is powerful, her range dynamic. She sings from the depth of her heart.
I know that when you look at me.
So who is she and where did she come from? Well, to answer the first question, her name is Franchica. She lives in the south suburbs and she's been singing since she was 3 years old. Now, at the tender age of 14, she can belt out ballads like any pop diva.
Well, my parents noticed me singing around the house, of course, and they noticed I had a talent, so they put me in vocal lessons when I was like 7 years old. It feels really great because I think there's a whole bunch of talent in Chicago and people just need a way to, get up there. Won't you hold me in your arms and keep me safe from harm, right to you?
Presently, she's working with the company Artists and Brands, started by this trio: Grammy Award Winning producer Rodney Jerkins, composer Antelis, who coined Be Like Mike and I'm Loving It for McDonald's, and entertainment attorney Daryl Jones, who sits on the board of governors for the Grammy Awards.
Welcome to Artists and Brands. This is where all the magic happens. As you can see, this is one of the best kept secrets in Chicago. This studio is phenomenal. As you look around, this is the family, our artists, their parents, their mentors, their family, everybody. So this is everybody.
As the music industry has changed, brands have started to play a much more important role. And then I think as things started to emerge, people were like, well, maybe it would be better if we had some unknown talent or emerging talent. And that's sort of how Artists and Brands came about.
Back in 2009, this music media agency began its process of discovering artists like Franchica, the Ivories, Jabari, and IB Focus, who all have aspirations of going platinum.
My goal is to become as big as Lady Gaga, as big as Rihanna maybe, or even bigger, just the new Justin Bieber except for a girl version, to entertain a lot of people, to have my fans enjoy my music, to, have fun out there.
Talent has always been Chicago. I mean, Quincy Jones is from Chicago, Shaka Khan is from Chicago, the list goes on. We're taking the Motown approach. We're not just throwing artists out there, we're developing them. That may take a year, it may take 2 years, but we're looking for the best product, development, and then we put them out there and see what the consumer has to say.
In addition to developing talent, Artists and Brands also finds emerging artists and pairs them with brands like McDonald's and Reese's for music to be used in their commercials. With offices in Chicago and Los Angeles, Artists and Brands has a mass appeal and does a great job of positioning itself to be a one-stop shop where buyers can go for branding, music composition, talent, and the list goes on and on.
We do a lot of things, so I don't ever look at it as, while we're being successful. I think I look at it as we have opportunities to do things and then continue to grow. People call us to license music, to find artists, and I think that's what we really like to do.
Just recently, Artists and Brands shined the spotlight on several local choirs in an effort to support the Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Charity has always been close to me. I'm a PK, a preacher's kid. Shout out to my dad and mom, New Life Church of God in Christ, Pastor Leroy Jones, Shirley Jones. Have always made me do charitable things growing up from the church. We were always part of food drives. We were always part of doing things in the community. So I hold fast to that even, in my later years.
By bringing them to a theater like the Harris Theater, and for them to step on that stage and look out where people like, maybe Jennifer Hudson have performed, it really can inspire them. Plus it also teaches them to be charitable, the giving of their time. Honestly, I think it's the most rewarding thing I've done.
And if that wasn't enough to keep these three busy, they were recently attached to the film project Dysfunctional Friends, starring several Hollywood actors.
Every day it's just like, you just never know what's going to happen. It makes life quite fascinating.
We want to grow this, be able to be a place that artists go to who are looking for unique marketing and branding experiences, and also looking to a place for a non-traditional record company, because that's what we are. We do more things than just being a record company.
That was incredible. Truly incredible.
Thanks, Evelyn. Artists and Brands is on a fast track to greatness, so there's no stopping them now. I'm sure we'll be hearing more from them in the future.